Hello, folks. I'm going to do another little chess puzzle here today, and hopefully the video is getting a little bit better as we go along doing these little chess puzzles because I'm learning a lot as I go. This is this puzzle here is black is to move, and black will when the rook, if black makes the right move, and black will then be in a really super powerful position. Black's in a superior position right now because black has a queen and two rooks, whereas the white has the only a rook and a knight and a bishop. So the black has a superior pieces, plus black has more pawns on the board, so black's in a superior position here to win. Black can move the rook down to knight 8, check, and then the king has to move, and then black can capture the rook. Rook captures rook, and black will be really substantially ahead on pieces. So that is definitely a winning position. Black could also probably force a checkmate at this position here by going rook to rook 8 check, and then king to I'm not sure that black can't. It would be a little difficult and give white a position to capture the rook and become more even as far as the pieces are concerned. So the best thing that black could do is just go ahead and take the rook down to knight 8 check. The king has to move and then capture the rook, and that will put black in a much superior position and should definitely be able to win, providing of course black doesn't make any really foolish moves or several foolish moves. Let me go on to the next puzzle here and talk about that. Will be this one, and this is a position here where white is to move, and white can capture with this move. White will be able to capture both rooks, or be able to capture a rook and a queen, and that would put white in a position so that white would have a queen and a rook, and black would only have a rook left. So white captures the rook, so rook captures rook, and that puts the black king in check. The black king will either have to move, or black will have to interpose the queen. If black interposes the queen, then the rook captures the queen. If the king moves out of check, then the rook can capture the other rook, and that would leave white with a rook and a queen against a queen, and a very superior position, which white should be able to go ahead and win, providing of course white doesn't make any foolish mistakes. So this is a position here where white can really take advantage of the position, and win this game without a problem. Like I say, providing of course does not make any bad moves. So let's go on here to the next one and take a look. See, is this the same one? No, this is a different one here. This is one where white is to move, and white has definitely a superior position. White has a queen and two rooks, and black only has a queen left. So in this position here, I think what the best possible move for white to do is go ahead and force capture the queen. And the way you do that is you take move the queen down to king 7. So queen moves to king 7, check. The queen has to capture the queen, or the king can move out of check, one or the other. If the king moves out of check, then queen captures queen, and that puts white in a position of having a queen and two rooks, and black not having anything left but just pawns. So that's a really, really superior position. Best thing black could do then, once queen moves down to king 7 there and puts the black king in check, is the best thing black can do is capture the queen, and that results in the rook then capturing the queen. So white will be 2 rooks ahead, and whereas black will only have pawns left. So white will be in a really, really superior position. So this is this little puzzle here. Our position is where white can force capture the queen and go ahead and get to a point where white is almost definitely 100% assured of winning the game. So we're going to go on to the next little puzzle here, and this will be the last one for this video. I may do another one here in a few minutes because I've got 4 more of these puzzles. So I think I'll probably go ahead and do it and make another little video with it and call that it for today until I save some more puzzles. Now this is a very interesting position here. This black is to move, and black can do a knight fork. And I love to get in these positions here where you can do a knight fork. So the black knight captures the pawn, puts the king in check, and also checks the rook. So when the king has to move, so black can go ahead and capture the rook with the knight, which is really, really a superb move, because the rook is worth more point-wise than the knight. The pieces on the chessboard, I can go ahead and run through those right now. The books say that the pieces have various values as to the strength of the pieces. The pawns, they're all worth 1 point. The bishops are worth 3 points. The knights are worth 3 points. A lot of people, even though the bishops and the knights are worth the same amount, a lot of people say that the bishops are more powerful than the knights. And I tend to agree with that at times, but then at times I think the knights are really, really a very important assets to have because of the knight forks. I love to use knight forks. Now the bishops, you can skewer with the bishops, and you can do discovered skewers. And that is, you have your bishop in line. If the opposing opponent ever puts their queen on the same line with the king, then you can skewer the queen and the king using a bishop. And if the bishop is protected, then and they can't interpose, then the only way that they could the only thing they could possibly do is go ahead and lose their queen because of the bishop skewer. And the rooks are worth 7 points, and the queen is supposedly worth 9 points. So once again, the pawns are 1 point. The knights and the bishops are 3 points each. The rooks are worth 5 points, and the queen, I think the queen is worth, I think it's 9 points. 9 points or 7 points, and of course, there is really no value on the queen, on the king, because the king is, of course, the most important player on the board. He's one that's checkmated. King can also capture pieces, but the king has very limited maneuverability and can only move 1 square at a time, even when capturing. The queen is the most powerful position on the board and really can move like a bishop or move like a rook. They can either move on files or diagonals or rows. So the queen is definitely the most powerful position on the board. Absolutely no question about that. But anyway, that's the end of this little chess puzzle, and I'm going to go ahead and record another one here in a little bit. But anyway, if you like these puzzles, and I really love chess, and I love to play, keeps my mind active and things going. I like to play games that are not too difficult. I like to play the computer in an easy or low level. I'm playing, I think, on level 3 or level 4 right now, whereas it goes up to level 10. Level 10 requires an awful lot of thought process, and you can play a level 10 game for hours and hours and hours, and you can think and think and think and think, whereas I can play at level 3 or 4, I can play a game within a few minutes, within 5 or 10 minutes, and that fits into my schedule. It don't tie me up hours and hours and hours playing just a one game, whereas I can play at a lower level, and I can play a game in 5 minutes, and maybe in 15 or 20 minutes play 3 or 4 games. So anyway, that's the way I like to play. It's a lot of, it's really, really interesting, and I enjoy it. I enjoy these little chess puzzles and these little videos that I'm making. So I'm going to be making some more of these, and if you folks like them, please subscribe to my channel. And if you got any questions or anything about chess or a chess puzzle or anything, just send it to me, and I'll go ahead and answer a response, or maybe I might make a little video and respond to it. But anyway, thanks a lot, and you folks have a nice day.